Hey everyone, Sean Pierce back again. Another installment of Meet Our Partners. And today we're going to have an opportunity to meet one of our newest partners that we are thrilled to bring on board with the Dental Peers Group Purchasing Organization. We have a representative from Pearl AI, and the name of that gentleman is Kelly Mitchell. Kelly, say hi to everybody.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Great to be here.
All right, Kelly, we're really glad that you were able to find the time to join us today and just introduce a little bit about Pearl to members and maybe to people that are not members but are just generally interested in learning a little bit more about Pearl. Perhaps they've heard of Pearl AI but aren't
Yeah.
entirely familiar with it. So this is that chance to correct that problem.
Cool.
And we'll go from there. But just so people know who you are, I'm going to give you a little bit of an introduction. Kelly is what we would call, because you have to be when you're working in the AI world, he's a bit of a forward thinker. Uh, you know, that sort of a role in the leadership model of the in the dental medical industry focuses a lot, obviously, on advancing technology-driven solutions and innovation. And he's got a strong track record working within that industry and working on modernizing traditional workflows. And he plays a big role in shaping the cognitive transformation in dentistry as technology is evolving how we approach things. With respect to Pearl AI itself, it's a leader in dental imaging. I mean, I've been following them for since before that silly pandemic thingy we had. They are played a key role in imaging, diagnostics, and Kelly likes to be there to help bring cutting-edge AI solutions to practices in the US, in Canada, and anywhere else that people will listen to him. He focuses on improving diagnostic accuracy while streamlining operations and enhancing patient care through machine learning and data analytics. Kelly, how's that? Have I got you covered?
Yeah, Sean, my goodness, thank you so much for that intro. It was very kind. Feeling the energy through that. That's incredible. Really, wholeheartedly. Thank you so much for that.
Oh, energy is what we're all about. It's a key element. We want to bring it.
Yeah,
We want to let people know that we've got a lot of passion for what we're doing here because we
yeah,
think we're doing some great stuff. So, I
absolutely.
mean, let's dive right in with this.
Yeah, of
We're
course.
not going to waste any time. This is done. We're doing it quick here. I need you to talk about Pearl,
Yeah,
I guess your flagship product, if you will. Second
yeah.
opinion. How does it work?
Yeah, no, that phenomenal question. Great way to open that up, Sean. It's Pearl's second opinion is really taking that at face value as an AI-powered radiologic detection aid for dentistry, right? So really how it works is it analyzes dental radiographs in real time. It'll highlight potential findings like your caries, bone loss, calculus, your periapical radiolucencies, and it really gives the clinician a visual layer that they can review, accept, edit, or reject. And I really want that to kind of stand out here because the point is not automated diagnosis, right? Like the dentist is always in the driver's seat. We're not taking the keys from them. They're not, now being forced to hand to talk to a patient and say, this is what the AI is saying. I have to abide by that. Again, knowing that it's not automated diagnosis, but it makes the radiographic interpretation more consistent, faster, and really ultimately easier to communicate to patients. So really, when you look at what Pearl can do, it reviews your images about 30 seconds or less, and it's built into common imaging workflows and software environments. So really, we're not changing workflows. We're not completely uprooting what you're currently doing. We're simply just taking an already existing workflow and enhancing it.
I like that aspect that you touched upon in terms of the patient communication.
Yeah,
I think that's key. And what I see when I've had Pearl shown to me and what it
yeah,
can do is it just makes that step easier and it makes it easier for the patient to understand.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, because you get some dentists thinking, well, I mean, why do I need an AI detection system? I can identify caries. What does AI matter in dentistry today?
Mhm. Yeah, and that's AI matters now really because look at the landscape of dentistry, right? There's pressure from really like three directions at once, right? You have clinicians that need greater diagnostic consistency, practices need better patient understanding and case follow through, and then even like your multi-provider groups, they need more standardized care and delivery. You could take a practice that has multiple providers and they might look at the same x-ray, and we did a study on this, that's why I can quote this, but they'll look at the same x-ray and have completely different interpretations of what it is that they're looking at. So there's no agreement facility within their own practice. And really taking that at face value and taking that a layer deeper, here in the States with the ADA, now there's actually detected dedicated AI standard guidance in dentistry. So in 2025, they looked at what they call a standard for validation and data sets and dental images analysts. So what that basically is that AI is no longer just this like interesting technology, but now is being built into real clinical infrastructure overall.
So we're making it just sort of part of the natural workflow and
Yeah,
almost part of an integral part of the standard of care.
yeah, you'd be absolutely correct, right? It's kind of like the rise of digital dentistry, right? Nothing that's not too unknown to a lot of people probably watching this, right? Your scanners, right? We had red cam, blue cam. I might be dating myself here, Sean. I apologize. I'm on borrowed time. But you had this red cam, blue cam technology, this powder that would go on the tooth, and now you can scan a full arch in a minute and a half, right? And that was your digital dentistry. With what AI is ushering in now is what we call cognitive dentistry. Now where everything communicates in real time all at once, and that's where again taking away from like, oh, that's an interesting technology and concept to now, oh, this matters in dentistry today because there's that clinical infrastructure that's just being built right in.
Very cool. I may sort of in advance answer a little bit of my next question, but I'm kind of thinking about this from the standpoint of, like we're comparing it. I compare it a little bit to, the advent of that wonderful tool, the intraoral camera, right?
Yeah,
Dentists would always talk about this is what I'm seeing in your mouth, and they contort themselves trying to show through various mirrors. Here's the mirror in your mouth. Here's the mirror out here. Can you see that crack? And
yeah,
patients would be like, no, no, don't see it, don't see it. Or
every time.
or they would be like, oh yeah, yeah, I see it. Yeah, yeah, when they really didn't.
Of course, every time.
And we talked about the value of the intraoral camera to be able to get this nice high resolution
Yeah.
picture up onto a screen, let the
Mhm.
patient actually see what the dentist is seeing.
Right.
And make it, in a world where we talk about co-diagnosis and having the
Yeah.
patient not just be dictated to by the dentist, but to feel like they're part of the journey of discovery
Yeah.
of A, what's currently the issue, and B,
Mhm.
how do I address that going forward in a preventative manner? And I see Pearl as being a tool to be able to use that. So I guess I've sort of, as I said, prefaced a little bit of the answer to my question, but when it comes to what second opinion does, like how does
Yeah.
it support, in your opinion, clinical confidence within the dental team
Yeah.
without actually replacing the judgment of the dentist?
Yeah. That's again, incredible question. And wholeheartedly, the clearest way to say it is that Pearl isn't replacing the doctor, right? It supports the doctor's reading of the image. So the dentist will still own the diagnosis. And I really want to stress that because I don't want anyone to think we're replacing a dentist or no longer is a dentist needed. That's not the objective here by any stretch of the means. But the dentist will still own the diagnosis, treatment recommendation, patient conversation. What the AI really does here is it's actually adding a second set of eyes that doesn't get tired, right? They weren't up all night dealing with the kids. They weren't getting the SNS treatment at 8 a.m. from the hygiene. For those that don't know, SNS is stand and scowl. Any hygienist that's watching this, I love you. I like my head on my body. Don't hurt me. But there's another layer that comes to being a business owner as a dentist that often goes just completely unlooked. It's not just always clinical as much as they want it to be. There's a whole other side of that, right? So that can lead to, eyes getting tired. Does not vary by mood or time of the day. Let's be honest, the patients at 8 a.m. might look a little bit different at 5 p.m. if they're even open that late, right? So then it applies that same visual criteria, image after image, and then that can actually increase the confidence, especially in the subtle findings, right? Those incipient caries that might just still be within that incipient trademark, that E1, E2, versus something that's actually broken into the actual DEJ, where now we're in that D1, D2, D3 aspect. But the clinician remains the final decision maker. So Pearl just kind of its materials frame it as an assertive tool for interpretation, not a substitute for judgment by any stretch of the means.
And I mean, I look at it, and you can tell me if you kind of have
Yeah,
this
what's up?
experience as well. I look at it as also that opportunity to make the dentist a little bit less of the bearer of bad news, in the sense
Yes.
that uh, if the dentist is looking at an X-ray and has
Yeah.
to try to explain what they're seeing, whether it's recession, whether it's the development of a new carie, and you've got a skeptical patient
Hmm.
and of course, the patient really isn't as adept at reading the
Yeah.
X-ray, and you can explain it till the cows come home, and the patient is still like either they don't see it or again they pretend they do but don't really care. You get that aspect that's kind of superimposed
Yeah.
onto the X-ray, highlights it, gets the patient's attention right there. Now the patient has to account for it. And yes, the doctor still is ultimately the one to be able to say,
Mhm.
this is what I'm seeing.
Right.
AI is seeing it too, though. It's not just me. Do you find it kind of helps take I don't know, maybe take a little bit of stress and pressure off the dentist on that front?
Absolutely. I mean, wholeheartedly think about it for a moment. Like it's almost I don't mean to laugh. I feel bad laughing, but it's almost comedical in nature to envision every day, right? There's a conversation between a clinician and a patient, or even just take out clinician and patient, just have subject A and subject B. Subject B has no idea what is being said to them. It almost makes you laugh inherently. And when you really take that at face value and apply that clinician versus patient principle back into the mix here, and you look at x-rays as a modality, what has changed in a digital x-ray in the last 20 so odd years? They're still in black and white. Sensors have arguably maybe gotten a little bit smaller, to each their own on that one. Imaging's gotten a little bit better, right? But inherently the same issue stands where it's this black and white kind of blotchy gray image where me as a patient, I have no idea what it is that I'm looking at, but yet this dentist is sitting across from me that has 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years of dental experience or dental eyes and knows exactly what it is that they're looking at. This and what Pearl does is now acts as an equalizer between the two parties and is basically saying, hey, here's my 30 years of dental eyes, my 20 years of dental eyes, whatever it might be. Follow along with me. I want to show you your teeth not only in color, but I'm going to anatomically segment everything on this tooth structure so you as a patient are more confident and comfortable in your decision making as we talk this through. That is the ultimate goal of what Pearl Second Opinion is designed for.
I love it. And there's
Yeah.
a reason that I've certainly been following the Pearl trajectory, like I said, since pre-COVID days. And I'm thrilled to have Pearl on board as a partner with Dental Peers.
Yeah.
Kelly, if members want to reach out to you to learn more about what Pearl AI might have to offer, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
Yeah, so I mean the website, I know we're on your website. Please go there. That's where all of your resources and links will be. That's the best place to do it. It'll take you right to a specific landing page that we actually have created just for Dental Peers members to activate. It'll tag them as a Dental Peers member so we can exclude the exclusive promo that is only for Dental Peers members. Shawn twisted my arm before this interview, obviously, and was like, ah, you got it. No, totally kidding. I can't walk anymore. But no, all jokes aside, it was a no-brainer working with someone like you, Shawn, and offering something as exclusive as that to the members of your incredible organization. So that would be my best way of kind of just go to the website, figure out like, okay, I want to see a demo. I want to see more about Pearl. I want to learn more. I want to take full advantage of my membership benefits. This is the way I can do it. Work with Shawn, work with me, and we want to make sure that when you do implement Pearl, it's that white glove service that everyone wants.
Excellent. I really love that. So I'm going to make
Mhm.
sure then that I'm going to put the partner page from our website onto the comment section with when I
Yeah,
post this video so people can easily access that. They can go
yeah.
click on the partner page, find where Pearl is, click on
Mhm.
Pearl, and start your journey to learn more and perhaps figure out a way to bring Pearl into your practice to
Definitely.
make sure that we're keeping up on technology, but in a
Of
way that's
course.
going to make sure that you're still in the driver's seat, doctor. Kelly, thanks very much for being here. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, absolutely, Shawn. It's a privilege. It's an honor. Thank you so much for your time as well. I look forward to working with you again soon. Alrighty?
Oh, you bet. You bet. You can count on it. All right, everyone. Thanks very much for joining us. That wraps up this installment. We will be back again. I'm sure I'm going to have Kelly back again because, I think we just scratched the surface about what
Yeah,
Pro can do. So look for future videos, but with me and Kelly. So we'll be back, but also there'll be videos with other mystery guests coming your way soon. So thank you, everybody. Welcome back, and we look forward to seeing you the next time as well.